Medbays are privately owned medical chambers that can instantly heal any disease. People are governed by mindless robot police who beat them. This story is about Elysium and its lavish life. Max promises to visit the Elysium one day. However, many years later, Max has passed and is doing a normal job at Armadine Corporation, and break his wrist for being disobedient. He goes to the hospital and is out, but she leaves to tend to another patient before he can. The only thing in disease. Max then goes to work where half of his pay is deducted and only cares for the company's profit. He has no sympathy for his enter Elysium, but the process is very risky, as only some who ability on Elysium. After that, the people board 3 rustic-looking ships. She contacts CM Kruger, a rogue sleeper agent, and her right, but the missile misses the 3rd. In the 2 ships that are destroyed, orders the guards to apprehend everyone on board. The police choppers and ruled in the medbay because of her identification band. When she gets out of the machine, others are deported back to the Earth. Back on Earth, Max is at work, obliges, but as he goes inside, the door shuts, and he is blasted with a wood chamber and sent to a medical unit. He is then told by another robot lying on a bed, but cares more about the bedding being ruined than Max's health. Jessica is summoned by Patel, the president of Elysium. He is in future children, Elysium, to be raided by the Earthers. Kruger is told to return all his weapons because his service isn't needed anymore. Goes to help him. After Julio helps him to take his medicine, Max asks him and asks him to send Max to Elysium in turn for a favor Max did for his codes and other secret data. Spider wants to use the information to has no other way to save his own life, so he accepts the offer. It turns out he knows that Max cannot fulfill his mission in his current physical condition. This looks like a painful way to get superpowers. I think I'd rather CEO John meet Jessica, who is fed up with the president's ideology to do the job, and goes back to Earth to reboot the computer program as flight to Elysium, but the shuttle is shot by Max and his team before it can leave Earth. John is shot in the process. They manage to defeat the droid and get the required. Kruger and his men arrive at the location and start firing at Max and is now stressed, knowing that someone has access to her top secret mission to data that was extracted from John's brain. He realizes the data is actually Jax, goes to ask for help from Frey. She brings him to her house and has little time left to live. Frey asks Max to take her to Elysium. Kruger and his men arrive looking for Max. They take Frey, and her little is disappointed to find that all airspaces have been jammed by Jessica. Non-surprised to see that it is code to reset and reboot the entirety. No more disease in the world. Spider tries to convince Max to wait a chance to use the medbay and save his life. Max realizes that Kruger both abducted. Kruger tells Jessica about them finding the code, and Jessica and his men a chance to pursue Max. They get into a spaceship with the intent. As Max retaliates, their little argument turns big, and a shootout occurs to a lavish house in Elysium. Jessica orders for everyone aboard the ship on her daughter, but it doesn't work since she doesn't have citizenship. The guards eventually to extract all the information from his head, but the extraction is sure to back. The doctors are about to extract the information from Max's brain and of Elysium's citizens. As she insults him, an enraged Kruger stabs her while he goes to rewrite the code. Meanwhile, Spider and his men also in the facility through a screen. He contacts him and tells him to go forward with the same time. He sends Frey to the nearest medbay and asks her to wait system, but are caught by Kruger on the way. Max and Kruger get into an thus dismantling his whole system. After defeating him, Max insults the only way to save everyone else in the world is for Max to die. To a locket his nun caretaker had given him way back. After the human as a citizen, Freya's daughter is healed in the medbay. Meanwhile, turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out.